on the dental crisis and what's been taking place. And I would say COVID had an impact, but long term, it's Brexit that's caused the biggest amount of damage to that. David, I won't go into too much detail, but off air, you said that a friend of yours is now having to take physiotherapy. How long did it take them to get a physio appointment from their surgery to physio?
About an hour and a half.
How long?
About an hour and a half, as long as it took to organise the regime.
I've just spoken to someone this morning that told me their partner's damaged their leg, and it took them 3 months to get their first physio appointment. And over that 6 months, they've only had 2 physio appointments. This person's had 2 in 9 months, and it took 3 months to get the first one.
No, you need constant physio to recover. You can't, having that space of time and only 2 in 9 months, it's pointless. You might as well not have had any.
Yeah.
It's just pointless.
Yes,
it's been a waste of the physios and his time.
The worst part of the UK, I believe, is in Northern Ireland, where there was somebody who had to wait 3 years to see a nose and throat specialist. Wow. 3 years.
We just I hear this all the time. I pick my phone up to the doctor, ask for an appointment. The doctor will then give me, I will then get triaged. I'll be told the doctor will phone me back at X o'clock. And then once I spoke to the doctor will say, right, come and see me. It takes a day to get an appointment. A day.
Yeah.
I will defend,
appointments.
Having been, London's different to the rest of the UK, but being in London, I will say I can get a same day appointment. And I can choose if I want to go in or I prefer a phone call conversation. So, maybe I need a prescription for antibiotics, it's a phone call. If I need to go in and chat to someone, I can get it on that. But I think that depends on the practice, and that's only London. I can't compare. It's not fair to compare with the rest of the country. I'm not experiencing it. But I'm also aware, based on the video I've just done, that there are people pulling their own teeth out because it's quicker to do that and alleviate the pain.
I can't smile anymore.
Now that Caroline's reflection has changed, facing the mirror is an ordeal. Caroline's dentist joined the exodus of providers leaving the NHS to go private.
I've lost all of these.
Now the earliest appointment offered from her nearest NHS dentist is in 3 years.
I've been told that no, I can't be accepted. 3 years waiting list. I've rang everybody in the area. It got so painful. It got so painful and so wobbly, I just started pulling them out.
They're not. There was one woman who did it 12 times. She pulled out 12 teeth. Can you imagine? Because you can't get a dentist.
We're back in the Victorian era. I hope you realise that.
As a historian, would you like to make some comparisons?
Jeez.
Now,
you know
the
what?
Victorian period.
I would assume that your hairdressers in that down south could take up a bit of dentistry on the side, back like they did back in the day. Like,
do you know why? I bet
let them do a week course on how to pull teeth.
Well, in post-Brexit Britain, it's like HGV drivers. All the tests are removed, so
yeah.
everyone can do everything.
Hairdressers, just a week showing them how to pull teeth, and they'll be in the money. Like they'll have queues out their doors.
Do you know why that Will Swirly thing moves around with the outside the barbers with the red and the white?
Because that's
you're a historian. I'll ask these two. Do you know why?
Yeah, they were barbers.
No, you're the historian, Jenny. Get that. Give the max answer.
That's like common knowledge, though, isn't it?
No, I don't think it is. If you're a historian,
no,
which you and I are.
I knew that before I took an interest in history. Like,
yeah, right.
Go
on, David.
Tell us. I have no idea why this
It's blood and bandages. It's to signify blood and bandages, so they can go. That's why they were known as barber surgeons. You would go in there and they would do small levels of surgery. See?
I mean, I just assumed that's my bad for assuming. Like, sorry.
Lyme disease is back. Pulling your own teeth out. We'll be hiring barbers soon to pull your teeth out.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Train up your hairdressers. Just it's great. Like, give them all certificates and pulling teeth. It'll be awesome. They'll make loads of money, and the people will be able to get their teeth done without doors and whatever they usually use to pull their own teeth, pliers and shit. I can't even imagine.
You know, there's YouTube videos giving instructions on how to do it.
No.
These DIY hacks are going viral, and as dentists explain, they're saying they're doing much more harm than good. Dr. Kamisha Matthews at University Dental Group has seen plenty of videos like this before.
But actually adding on to my actual tooth because my teeth are short.
Do-it-yourself dental TikToks like this one going viral. From using a nail file or sandpaper to shave down teeth,
I put it on my two front teeth.
to using office supply rubber bands to close gaps,
DIY taking
and even a
braces off.
spoon to remove your own braces.
I gotta mix this powder.
This woman using some dental cement and an earring to close the gaps in her teeth.
Oh, wow.
I definitely have a list.
She's gonna have problems flossing. She's gonna have problems around her gums. She's gonna have problems with her function.
I got an extraction, two extractions, because I hadn't been looking after my teeth, but I got 2 extractions done recently, and I can't imagine what it'd be like to try and remove the tooth without anesthetic or
Absolutely not.
proper and then the after. So I was given antibiotics to make sure that I didn't get an infection or anything. You know, I just, like, it was done cleanly. I can't imagine trying to do it on my own with a bottle of whiskey or something, and then hoping
Can you
for the best.
imagine using pliers and then your tooth shatters while you're doing it?
And then you damage, but
Yeah.
also you damage other teeth, and yeah, no, it's horrible. Maybe we should put a trigger warning on this video because it's pretty
Yeah.
horrible
Hey.
stuff.
Mind you, it seems that plenty of the population down south are doing it for themselves. So,
God.
but that's made it fairly hard now to get registered with a dentist, because so many people registered on that policy becoming active, the free dental health for under 25s. So it's through NHS 24. When I was on the phones, we're getting a lot of that. Just people saying that none of the dentists in their area were actually taking on anymore. They were full. Their books were full.
Yeah.
I mean, myself, I travel all the way across the city. I travel like miles away to see my dentist, but again, that's because I trust him. But I think a lot of people are finding they have to do the same, not by choice. They're having to kind of go outside their kind of home zone to find NHS
dental practice is
dentists that
7
are
miles away
recruiting,
anyway.
because a lot have gone private as well, which is an added problem, you know.
Brexit had a big effect as well, because all the Polish dentists who the Scottish NHS had hired then left.
Not just Polish, the majority of Greek folk I know are in the dentistry or orthodontics field, and Brexit affected that too. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
it's
had
very
so if you had 100% of the EU citizens applying to come over to the UK to work in the medical sector, the day after Brexit and then a year on, that number dropped by 90% in terms of applications alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
I absolutely believe that.
And I think there's 70,000 members of staff in the NHS that are EU citizens. I know a lot that have gone. They've just gone to
Yep.
Germany or somewhere else in the EU because they don't want the hassle. And
The scientific community as well, because the Horizon scheme wasn't being extended to the UK. I don't know if they've accepted that now.
I mean, humans are always going to go the path of least hassle, the path of
Yeah.
most convenience, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? So no one's going to like battle with nonsense just to try and get a job they can get anywhere else easier and for
Yeah, I
better
think that's-
money, you know.
There was Jacob
Sorry.
Rees-Mogg this week in Parliament saying that immigration numbers need to be brought down even further to the tens of thousands.
It's just pure detrimental to Scotland. We need immigration. We want immigrants. We want new Scots to come and join us. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it doesn't work for us.
But
And
for the
every
care,
time they do
for
this,
the care
it's like-
sector, you need
just don't
you need
care,
to bring
you know.
people in.
and they're not even prepared to devolve that to us to be able to allow us to hire who we want from where we want. They're set on making immigration their main, and it's just racism. It's just calling the racist out.
W-
And
Do you guys think that when Labour are in power, they may devolve more powers to the Scottish Parliament?
no, I think I think Westminster quite like the MSPs still having to answer to them for the most everything. That's what makes the SNP the outlier, is the fact that it's our MPs that answer to Holyrood, really more than the MSPs answering to Westminster as Labour, Tories, Lib Dem. Do even the Greens are with the SNP in that, because
They're
there's more of them in
Scottish
Holyrood.
Party.
You know? Like, yeah, they've more power in Holyrood.